Before we get into this Buffalo Sabres franchise mode, I want to get your guys' thoughts on the next upcoming franchise mode. Now, there is a patch coming for franchise mode that's going to fix all the trade value glitches. It's going to fix hopefully everything. So behind the scenes, I've been planning on a new franchise mode. Here's a quick little rundown of what I want to do. I want to create 31 players that are going to enter the year one NHL draft. There are a bunch of randoms. We see some legends like Agent C. I'm not going to go through everyone, but there is a lot of mid-80s to high 80s 19-year-olds that are going to be in the draft. So each team is going to get to select one of these studs. They're all medium elite, high franchise, low franchise, high elite. They're all studs. So I'm thinking that's a great way to get 31 new legends into the franchise mode. Now, as for the team, I'm thinking, now hear me out, I'm thinking we take one team from the East and one team from the West. Just for example, let's say we take out the Arizona Coyotes and the Florida Panthers. Two teams that have always been involved in relocation. We bring Arizona to Alaska, and then we bring Florida to, I don't know, Halifax or something like that. We put both of their rosters into free agency, and then we'll go head-to-head with whatever team. Obviously, we'll do our 25-year franchise mode, but we'll go head-to-head with that Eastern Conference team like Halifax, or whether we play with Halifax or whatever team. You kind of know what I'm saying. I want to see which team is going to win a cup first, how the AI builds around basically a team full of no ones. We'll just basically fill them with players from Europe. So that's kind of my thought process for the next franchise mode. I want to go along with the next franchise mode. I want to go 20 years. So that's kind of the idea that I'm coming up with. I'm still not done creating all the players. There's some studs out here. I've added like all the guys that have been drafted that aren't in the league, like Jake Sanderson, Kaprizov. There's a bunch of studs down here. So let me know your thoughts. I'm interested in all and any ideas, whether we should just do one team, do two brand new teams in the NHL. Let me know. All right, let's hop into Buffalo. Woo! Laine with the between the legs empty netter absolutely killed me. Well, it killed me too. Frickin' Patrik Laine, forever on my hit list. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, empty net, Patrik Laine goes between the legs. He's forever on my hit list. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to your cursed Buffalo Sabres Cup for Jack cursed franchise mode with the cursed Buffalo Sabres. Did I mention these team might be cursed? Back-to-back Stanley Cup Game 7s, and we blew it. Back-to-back. Last year we did it against the Dallas Stars. We're up 2-0, and boom, we collapse. This time we go up 3-1, and then we absolutely collapse. What is wrong here in Buffalo? What the hell is in the water in Buffalo? Oh man, back-to-back Stanley Cup collapses. I just can't believe it. Didn't the Bills lose like 5 Super Bowls in a row? Is Buffalo just cursed? Like, did I not know what I signed up for? Before we get into this, I gotta talk about Jack Eichel. The guy was a beast. Back-to-back hat tricks, 7 goals in 2 games. He wanted it so bad. Not only that, but he set an NHL record. No, sorry. He obliterated an NHL record with 26 postseason goals. The record was 19. He says, oh, that's a cute record, spits on it, stomps on it, chokes it out. He absolutely destroyed the record, a goal per game in the postseason, and we just couldn't get it done, and I don't know what it is, but I'm inches away from blowing it up. I'm going to be somewhat conservative for year number 4. I'm not going to blow the team up. If we don't do it in year number 4, everyone but Eichel is going to be on the chopping block. If we have to go into year number 5, do or die, that's what I'm doing. But we are going to make some line changes. You may be seeing some players on the move. I'm not saying I'm going to move Dylan Cousins, but I'm not saying I'm not going to move Dylan Cousins. We have some roster issues that we have to deal with. The first thing being our goaltender that is made of glass. Yes, Elvis Merzlikins. Elvis being injured at this point is just a meme, and I love it. Well, Brett, I hate it. But yes, it is a meme, and he's gone. I have to trade him. That's going to clear up 4.9 million. So that's going to be great. We could bring in another player in free agency or at the draft. I may just go ahead and trade Elvis for a veteran's rights, i.e. Claude Giroux. We'll have a look around the league, though, at what we're going to do. I'd like to bring in a veteran presence, but I'd also like to change up the top six because aside from Eichel and Jake DeBrusk, now I don't want to change up our second line because it gives it a +5. So that leaves like Dylan Cousins. Do we move Dylan Cousins? I mean, Kubalik, Hall, Middlestat, they had 9 goals. Like Dylan Cousins had 8. It's not like we're a bad team. Like we made the Stanley Cup final back-to-back years. Like we're gonna win a cup here. It's just how the hell do we do it? Like I said, I think I'm gonna be conservative for this year. I'm not going to go absolutely crazy, but if we don't do it this year, year 5, I'm just going to completely blow it up. And I think a lot of you guys in the comments as well were kind of hinting towards the fact that, hey, you know, don't go crazy this year, but maybe for year 5, if we don't get it done, we should think about blowing it up. But there were some few things in the comments. People were saying our penalty kill was terrible, and it was 69.1%. So that was second in the league in the postseason anyways. So power play goals against. Oh my God, you guys were right. We allowed 20. Oh my God, I didn't even see how bad it was. We allowed 29 power play goals. Wow. The next team was 15. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, you guys were right. We allowed way too many power play goals. We allowed 96 goals as well, which was way too many. What about goals for? We scored 116, so we scored by far the most goals, but we also allowed the most goals, and we had an absolutely terrible penalty kill. So, yes, I believe you guys. I hear what you're saying in the comments. We might need to get a Claude Giroux type. I'm not opposed to getting someone who's like 86 or something like that in the draft for the third line. I'm not opposed to moving a guy like Matthew Phillips either because he has a ton of trade value, and obviously I think that 82 overall, yeah, it's great and all, but I wouldn't mind getting, I mean, if I could trade Matthew Phillips for Claude Giroux, I will 100%, because that's just a much better trade for us. That's just much better asset management because we're only here for another 2 years. So let's see what's out there for third line penalty killing centerman. The trade values are so glitched, it's kind of hard to get a good idea of actually what's out there. So I think we might head into the draft because we have to trade Elvis Merzlikins. So I'm going to try to find a team that doesn't have a goalie and maybe they have a third line, fourth line penalty killer that we can go after. We also may trade our first because, again, we don't need it at all. So I'm going to take my time here in the draft. We'll see what's out here for Minnesota and Pittsburgh. Let's see. They got Caden Carter, who looks like he's a beast. And then Pedro. Vote for Pedro. He had 101 points in 66 games. It was in the queue, though, so take that for what it is. I'm looking for the A-plus leagues. Kirill Vasilev. He looks like he's pretty damn good. Playing in the KHL. Oh, my God. Look at these numbers this guy put up in the WHL. Jack Para, 130 points. Oh my God. See, I can't wait to start oh yeah, this guy is confirmed medium elite. This guy is a stud. I can't wait to start another franchise mode where we really focus on drafting, because this franchise mode, we really didn't care about drafting. Drafting is like the best way you can have fun in franchise mode. So I'm excited for that for the next franchise. But look at Claude Giroux. Damn, 89 overall. What scares me is that he's going to want like $9 million in free agency. Listed as a first liner, but I'm thinking about throwing him on the third. See, do we trade for him right now? He's got no trade value, or do we see what he's going to want in free agency? See, that's the question I'm thinking here. But no matter what, we have to trade Elvis Merzlikins. So let me find a team that doesn't have a goalie and see what we can do. Ooh, I think we've found our player, Ivan Zykov. Now, I know we're talking about the goalie thing, and it's going to fit in with the Dallas Stars. Look at this guy, Ivan Zykov. He's a power forward, which I like. Look at his defensive awareness, 98, 94 stick checking, 91 shot blocking, 94 discipline, 99 89 slap shot accuracy, 96 aggressiveness. This guy was like made in a lab. Ivan Zykov, and he's a stud. A nice little low elite forward here. 20 years old, a former 3rd round pick. Ooh, and they really need a goalie, like really bad. They have Ben Bishop, who's old, and okay, apparently I'm not gonna be able to make this trade. All right, let me go back. First overall went Carter, obviously, but I think that guy could be so good for us. Let me go back to Dallas here, and I might make this deal. Okay, so as you can see, they really need a goaltender. Both these guys, I don't know what they're gonna do, whether they're gonna re-sign them or not. Going in with 282 overall goalies isn't really great, so they're gonna benefit from a guy like Elvis Merzlikins, who lost to them in the Stanley Cup final once upon a time. Now Zykov has a bit more trade value, but well, let's go through straight up. Elvis for Zykov, are they good on their center depth? Like, are they gonna need a guy like this in the future? Let's have a look. I mean, they have Tyler Seguin, Philip Don't Know, Rupe Hintz, Radek Faska. Yeah, there's no room for this guy. They got Jean-Luc Foudy, Paul Stastny, Ty Dellandrea. Yep, we're definitely going to take Zykov, and he can jump in right away. He's listed as a 4th liner, only 20 years old. This guy is a stud. Elvis Merzlikins for Zykov. Trade rejected. Now, if I have to throw in Matthew Phillips here, I'm not opposed to this. Not a bad deal at all. He does have a ton of trade value. I'm thinking of saving the Matthew Phillips trade value for something bigger down the road. So Lampkin was our 1st round pick, last year or the year prior? Again, 1st round picks really don't matter. He's a sniper. We don't really need him. He's not going to make an impact in the next year and a half anyways. So if I throw Lampkin in the deal, will that go through? Elvis Merzlikins and Lampkin for Zykov, the guy who was made in a lab. Trade accepted. There you go. We shed cap. We get a player who's going to help on the penalty kill, which I definitely need. But we're not done here. We're not done at all. I'm going to have a look here and see what else is out there. I'm thinking we wait on Claude Giroux. Either Vancouver is going to sign him and I could just trade for him, or he's going to go to free agency because they only have $4.2 million. Who do they have to re-sign this year? They have to re-sign Bo Horvat. They got to re-sign. They got to re-sign JT Miller, Claude Giroux, Jake Virtanen. So yeah, they're in kind of cap hell. We'll see what's going to happen with Claude Giroux, but he's definitely a guy on my radar. Now, goodbye to Elvis Merzlikins. I'm kind of glad he's gone, to be honest with you. Not going to lie, I'm glad that we moved on from a guy like Elvis Merzlikins. So going forward now, UPL is now our guy. We'll have a look at a backup goalie in free agency or via trade, but the nice thing is we're paying our goalies nothing, which is so nice. I mean, we'll have to pay like a backup like $1 million, but UPL, he's the man going forward here, still on his entry level. You absolutely love to see it. Now, talking about our defense as well, I don't want to break up Rasmus Squared. I like Habibulin. I might think of moving Ryan Pollock or Oliver Shillington. I would love to get another 86 overall for our 2nd line, so I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. We can shed some more money here with Ryan Pollock, so let me have a look. I'm going to see what we can do. We got a 2-way defenseman, so I'd love to get an offensive defenseman who's like 86 overall. Let's see what's out there for that to play with Habibulin. Maybe that works out. Maybe that gives like a +5, because Habibulin's obviously a defensive defenseman and he's going to grow over the course of the offseason. So if I can get like a really good offensive defenseman, someone like a Keith Yandel type, you know what I'm saying? Someone who has a lot of offensive upside. Let's see what's out there and I'll get back to you. This would be way easier to do with the find a trade feature, and it's nice because we don't have to sign too many players this year, so we can go into free agency with some money in our pockets and some players to trade, because a lot of our players are under contract already, which is great. So let me just have a look here. If we don't make a move right now, it's not the end of the world, because we do have a whole bunch of time, so I'm not super worried about that, but I'm strictly looking for an offensive defenseman. Ooh, Eric Branstrom, he fits the bill perfectly. He's making a lot of money, but man, he would look good with Habibulin. Former teammates as well. What's it going to take to get a guy like Eric Branstrom? I'm gonna have to throw Matthew Phillips and a 1st in this to make this trade go through, but honestly, it might be worth it. And then we play Oliver Shillington with Devon Toews on our bottom pairing. Ooh, I like that a lot. I really, really do. Eric Branstrom Branstrom, he's signed. Okay, I can't make this deal. Rabbit, he goes 3rd overall to the Calgary Flames. Let's check out Ottawa. Let's see what's up with Ottawa, a team that we've made multiple trades with in the past. Would you guys want another first-round pick just for fun? What do you say? If I give you Ryan Pulock and a first for Eric Branstrom, will that go through? Let's see. Oh man, would I ever love to get a guy like Eric Branstrom. He would fit so well. I mean, I hope he would fit well. It works on paper, but seeing how the chemistry works is a whole nother deal. Ryan Pulock and a first for Eric Branstrom. Again, I want to save the trade value for Matthew Phillips for something in the offseason. We're actually saving $450,000. We're actually saving about $400,000 on this trade as well. They don't want to get rid of Branstrom, which scares me, but a first and Ryan Pulock, will that go through? Trade rejected. Yeah, I didn't think so. So here's where we can trade some rookies. I'm totally cool with trading a guy like Jude Lawton, who's good, or maybe am I? Am I okay with it? Maybe more of a guy like Relocation here. Will that go through? A first, Relocation and Ryan Pulock. I'm blowing it up. Here we go. Will this trade go through? Trade rejected. The value isn't there whatsoever. That's a yikes. I'm thinking that a guy like Matthew Phillips might have to be involved in this. All right, Ryan Pulock, a first, and Matthew Phillips. That's a lot, but Matthew Phillips is on his expiring deal, so I don't know if they're going to take this. Both these players are signed. We can work with this in free agency or in the offseason, but Matthew Phillips, first, and Ryan Pulock. Now, I love Matthew Phillips, but that trade value is going to go down big time. It's glitched. I know I'm not a fan of cheesing the system, but I'm at my wit's end here with the Buffalo Sabres. We're kind of cheesing the system. Ryan Pulock, a first, and Matthew Phillips for Eric Branstrom. Trade rejected. Yeah, they do not want to give up Branstrom, and I mean, rightfully so. What if I threw in a second? Okay, I don't have a second. How about a third and a fourth and a second for next year? Or just a third and a fourth. Will that go through? Try to cheat. Oh my God, trade accepted. The third and the fourth got it done. On behalf of the Ottawa Senators organization, I accept your trade offer. There you go. We're making big moves, doing big things, trading our first. We don't even have to do anything in this draft. Yeah, I am excited on what just happened. We have a new look defense. We're going to revamp our bottom six a little bit now with Matthew Phillips gone. I know it's a great story. The nicest guy ever, wins the Calder Trophy, all that, but the trade values are glitched, and that's the one time I'm going to take advantage of it. We get Eric Branstrom to play with Habby Bulin, an offensive and a defensive. We know Rasmus Squared works. We're going to go Oliver Shillington and Devon Tays. Oh baby, I'm excited with how this team's looking. Now again, I don't want to blow it up too much because we still have an extra year after this one, but I do want to see how that guy was looking who put up 130 points. Yeah, was this him? Para? Was that the guy? Yeah, what a beast. All right, going to the Columbus Blue Jackets. What a guy. And with that 30th overall pick, the Ottawa Senators pick a defensive defenseman, Vyacheslav Grigorenko, a big defensive defenseman straight out of Russia. There you go, 6'5". He's a project, but yeah, I'm happy with the moves we made. I really don't need anything in this draft because none of these players are even going to matter. So 4th round, 30th overall. I'm basically going to let the team auto draft at this point. Stamkos just for the name, 58 7th D auto draft. I promise next franchise mode we're going to focus much more on drafting. We only had 4 picks anyways, so not like any of those guys are going to make an immediate impact, but Eric Branstrom, welcome to the squad, baby. The nice thing is we saved some money on that Eric Branstrom deal, which is kind of crazy. We have $15 million to work with. The next year is kind of scary because look at all these guys we have to re-sign. That's a little bit terrifying, but we have to re-sign this year. Nothing super crazy, so we can hopefully get this done pretty quick. We have Alex Formenton, who's going to be relatively cheap, $1 million. How about a flat $1 million? I got to pinch every penny I can get here. $1 million. There you go. Devon Tays, please don't want like $5 million. Okay, 2.8, that's fine. He's good enough for our bottom pair. I like Devon Tays. He doesn't hurt the team at all. He actually had some pretty clutch goals in the postseason as well. He had 4 points at +12. I can't hate on that at all. I'm going to sign him. We're going to try to get him for a little bit cheaper. Does he want an extension? He does, so that's going to help us out. What about we go 2.55 for 2 years? There we go. We're actually in a nice position cap-wise, so it's not like I really have to pinch every penny, but I'm just going to go ahead and get the rest of this cleaned up, and then we're going to hop into free agency, see what kind of moves we can make. I'm interested to see what's out there. Is Claude Giroux going to be an option? Who knows? Now, I gotta say, I'm usually not one to go all out and make crazy trades. You guys know that, but I'm kind of ready to blow it up here in Buffalo. It's getting really annoying really fast. All right, so Devon Toews doesn't want to be a part of this team anymore. Okay, I can take that for what it is. We can search for someone else in free agency. That's fine. Maybe we revisit Devon Toews. I'm not worried about it. Alex Formenton, all right, he's back. All these guys are back. That's great. There's really no one of any significance, really, aside from those two guys. So, like, the most boring re-sign stage ever. I'm going to write out the team before we head into the free agency period. I'm going to see what our team's looking like. I know I want to keep our second line together. I know I want to keep Rasmus squared. I really hope that Branstrom is going to work with Happy Bulin. So let me have a look here. I'm going to write out the team on paper like I always do before we even have a look at free agency. I want to see how we're looking, and then we'll see what moves we have to make. Okay, so the way I see it right now, our team is kind of ready to go. We have Hall, Eichel, Cousins. Obviously, that's not being touched until maybe next year if it doesn't work out. We have Kubalik, who's now up to an 86 overall, which is great to see. So that's awesome. We have Middlestat and DeBrusk. Obviously, we know that's a +5. And DeBrusk is up to an 88 overall, making $3.2 million. So that's awesome. And then we got Kravtsov, Lundstrom, and Alex Formenton / Claude Giroux, maybe. Kravtsov's a power forward. What's Isaac Lundstrom? He's a power forward, two-way forward? What are you? He's a playmaker, so power forward, playmaker, and I think Giroux's a sniper. Oh, that could work out really nice. And then on the fourth line here, we have the new GOAT, Ivan Zykov, who's going to fix our penalty kill, hopefully. We have him, we have Corrali, and Maxime Comtois. Not super worried about the fourth line, but they got two power forwards and a playmaker. Sorry, two power forwards and a two-way forwards. I don't know how well that's going to work out, but we'll see once the time comes. Defensively, we're good to go, except we need another bottom pairing defenseman. We're obviously going to go with We're obviously going to go with Rasmus squared, and then Branstrom, Happy Bulin. I really hope that's a +5. And then Shillington and X. I don't know what the player is yet. Just for fun, what does Branstrom want for an extension? That's not bad. And we do have to re-sign him next year. So we'll have to think about that in the next season. And then we need to find a backup goalie for UPL. So let's go to work. All right, this video is not over yet. We got a lot of work to do here still in Buffalo. Is Claude Giroux a free agent? That's the question. We have $15 million to work with, and look who's there. Claude Giroux. Oh, he's a playmaker. So playmaker, power forward, two-way forward. Would that work out? Oh man, Claude Giroux. Get this guy a ring at $6.2 million. Ooh, we got Gino as well. He's a playmaker as well. Oh man, all these studs out here. All these old studs, I guess I should say. So I think we should just trade Alex Formenton or keep him as an extra forward for the playoffs and bring in Claude Giroux for our third line. I really hope this works out. He brings a lot of scoring as well that Kravtsov and Lundstrom are going to definitely like. He was a point per game player last year. I don't see why we don't sign Claude Giroux. And then we need a third pairing defenseman. So that's, say, $7 million we're going to have to pay Claude Giroux. Let's just say that. And then defensively, is there anyone we can go after here for our bottom pair, like a Dustin Byfuglien? All right, wouldn't mind big bad Dustin Byfuglien. He would be an awesome penalty killer. He's really slow though, but he will be playing alongside Oliver Shillington. There's quite a few options actually, so that's really good news for us. I'll have to double check and see what Oliver Shillington is, but I think he is a two-way defenseman. I'll have to triple check, so we'll have to see what works with that. And then as for goaltenders, let's get our backup goalie ready to go. Who do we need? Ooh, a guy with Stanley Cup experience. Jonathan Quick or Corey Crawford. All right, there's some options out here. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. And it looks like the Dallas Stars did part ways with Ben Bishop, so that means that it worked out. It's awesome. Now, the man who's made of glass is going to be the starter in Dallas, but I think we go after Quick or Crawford, one of those two guys. Probably going to be Quick, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's our guy. Let's go ahead and sign Jonathan Quick right now. We'll give him $2.2 million. There you go. Got to overpay a little bit in free agency. Come be a backup. Come on, Jonathan Quick. You've got a couple of rings. Please sign on the dotted line. Now, as for, where is he? Claude Giroux. I think he's the guy we got to sign. I've wanted him forever. I want to do a one-year deal at just over $7.3 million. 7.35. It's a lot for a third liner, but he's going to put up a lot of points. I know it's crazy. I know everyone's saying, $7 million for a third liner. What are you doing? But we can afford it. We can afford it for this year. Next year, that's going to be something we got to talk about. But I want to make sure it's going to happen, actually. 7.5. I don't want him to sign with another team because I didn't give him the 2 years he wanted. A one-year deal, cup for Jack / cup for Claude Giroux. Let's go. We got Giroux, hopefully, we got Quick, and now I need to get a bottom pairing defenseman. So just to triple check here, what is Oliver Shillington? He's an offensive defenseman, two-way defenseman? What are you? I think he's offensive, actually, now that I think about it. He is. So I need a defensive defenseman, which I don't hate for the third line pairing at all. Let's see what's out there in free agency, and then... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to advance a day. Oh, God, hopefully players didn't sign right away. Okay, we're calm, we're good. Let's find a defensive defenseman in free agency. Let's have a look. Got guys like Nicholas Hjalmarsson, Libor Hayek. I want a guy who's going to be, Nikita Zadorov. I like Nikita Zadorov a lot. He would fit in our top 4. Okay, I would really like someone to fit in our bottom pair, offensive pairing 3. That's what I would really like to find. Brandon Carlo, okay, he's an option. He's huge, 6'5". He looks to be like not a bad option, and he's kind of cheap as well. I kind of skipped over Ryan Graves here, but he is massive, 6'5", 227, a defensive defenseman. He would fit on our PK. He'd be good for our penalty kill. Now, before I commit $5 million to someone in free agency, let's see if there's anyone out there that is better suited for the role as a defensive defenseman. Maybe they're not making $1 trillion either. Okay, I think we found our guy, Brett Pesce. The thing is, he fits on all defensive pairing and all penalty killing lines. That's exactly what I want. A well-rounded personality, meshes well with any room. Now, what's it going to take to get Brett Pesce? He's making just over $4 million. We can afford it, which is nice. Let's see what we can trade for Brett Pesce. Actually, before I trade for Brett Pesce, I want to make sure we're going to get those players in free agency, and then I want to see how much money we're going to have. I'm pretty sure we're going to have enough money. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine, but I just want to 100% make sure, A, that we sign the player, and B, that we have enough cap space to go after a guy like Brett Pesce. Jonathan Quick, he says yes. Thank God we got a nice veteran presence as a backup. And Claude Giroux, baby, welcome to Buffalo. You absolutely love to see it. All right, how much cap space we got now? Oh, man, am I ever excited for this team. Okay, we have more than enough cap space. We're golden. What am I worried about? All right, I do want Brett Pesce, though. He's the guy who's on my radar. 1 year left on his deal. Come win a Stanley Cup in Buffalo. I'll give you our second for next year. We may have to involve a prospect or two, which is all good. Nicolishin, there you go. We can go ahead. Actually, we'll go ahead and probably trade Jude Lawton, to be honest with you. He's 1 overall lower, 1 year older. Again, a former first-round pick. If you like drafting, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen in this franchise mode. A second and Jude Lawton for Brett Pesce. Will this trade go through? Trade accepted. There you go. You love to see it. We are good to go now. We have Alex Formenton as our extra skater. We get Brett Pesce. We're good. I am so excited. We have Giroux. We have Jonathan Quick. I think we're a better looking team than we were last year. Unfortunately, Michael Dalcole, remember him. Unfortunately, we did have to trade a guy like Matthew Phillips, but I'm really not here to make friends. I'm here to win a Stanley Cup. The only friend I have on this team is Jack Eichel, the guy who gives it all and some. 26 goals in 26 games. Do it for Jack. I really, really hope. Well, Patrick Marleau, oh man, should we get Marleau a ring? You know what? I'm not opposed to bringing in Marleau as a guy who plays in the AHL, and maybe we bring him up. Has he won a cup yet in this franchise mode? He's played for teams who have not won the Stanley Cup. Oh man, I can't do it right now. I want to hear from you guys before we go ahead and just trade a player just to sit in the AHL all year. But Zygmunt Girgensons, I don't want him back. I really hope this chemistry works out. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to be crushed, because I feel like this is some of our best GM work here. Bringing in Branstrom, Giroux, Jonathan Quick. We didn't completely overhaul the team, but we bring in some veteran guys who've done it all. We bring in Brett Pesce, who's one of the most underrated defensive defensemen in the league. I'm excited. I really hope the chemistry works out, though. I really, really hope it does. All right, we're going to look at the captaincy here. We got Eichel, Hall, and Rasmus Dahlin as the A. I don't think we need to change that at all. I like it. There you go. We're going to get rid of the preseason first before we check out all of our lines. I really want to make sure I have injuries off before we head into the preseason. All right, so let's get the preseason done here. Our captains are all good. I want to check out the lines after the preseason is all good to go. Marleau, maybe. We'll talk about it after, Patty. Maybe not right now. We'll see how we're doing in the middle of the year. But I'm thinking this team is nasty. We got Giroux. We got Quick. I'm excited. All right, the moment of truth, and we got game 1 against Tampa Bay. You know I'm going to slow sim that one. All right, edit the lines. Let's see how we're looking. Okay, all +1s. I got to change this up. Give me a second. Okay, so I have good news and I have bad news. Hall, Eichel, Cousins, we love to see that. DeBrusk, Middlestat, Kubalik, we love to see that. Middlestat at a 91, but we have Lundstrom, Giroux, and Kravtsov. It's not quite like I wanted. We got a playmaker, power forward. Now, unfortunately, no matter what way I do it, it doesn't make it any better. If I move Zykov up here, it's still going to be the exact same thing, still a +1. So is it okay if we run with 3, 5, 1, and 1? I don't know, man. Kravtsov made the jump to an 85. What if I did this? No. Giroux, anywhere else? Does Cousins work better? So it would still be, it'd still be a +1 here. Oh, man. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Everything's in the green, which I like. That's fine. Claude Giroux, Lundstrom, Kravtsov, Maxime Comtois, Ivan Zykov, and then Sean Kuraly. I'm excited to see what Ivan Zykov can do. Defensively, I have more bad news. Branstrom and Khabibulin didn't quite work out the way I wanted. Why? What am I doing wrong? Defensive, offensive, it should work out. They're both ready for top 4 minutes. What the hell am I doing wrong here? Is Khabibulin, like, not good? Am I crazy about this? The coach loves him, but I don't know, man. Like, okay, that's definitely not going to work. No, thank you. So 2 defensive defensemen we know does not work. Good to know. Just trying to see if I can get any more pluses anywhere. Like, we could break up Rasmus squared. We can get 1 on each line. We go Khabibulin, Dahlin, Pesce, Shillington, Branstrom, and Risto. Like, do we break up Rasmus squared? Because Branstrom is so damn good. As for the PK, all right, I've changed up the PK. We got Zykov, Kuraly, Giroux, Lundstrom. I like that a lot. We have Brett Pesce on both penalty killing lines. Not what I wanted to do. We'll definitely have to, we'll probably put, let's see if I can put Risto on there, killing penalties. Does that work out? All right, still gives it a +1. There you go. What if I did Dahlin? These guys are comfortable playing together. Ooh, that gives it a +3. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll probably take Dahlin off and maybe put Shillington here. Is that going to work out? Does it give it a +1? It doesn't. Lundstrom, Giroux. We could take Lundstrom off and put Kravtsov, power forward. Let's see if that works. Nope, definitely not. All right, I'm going to play with this here, see if we can make something work. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so if I put Giroux, Cousins, Risto, Branstrom, that works out. Okay, good to know. For some reason, Kubalik dropped down. If I put Kravtsov here, it gives it a +5. I might do that. We might give the young kids some ice here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. What if I did... No, it doesn't work. Okay, we'll change it up. It's still early, all right, but I do want to keep that +5. But first things first, let's get a couple games of simulation done. I hope we don't get our asses kicked here by Tampa Bay. Let's go anyways. Period number 1, and it's 2-1 Tampa. Casey Middlestat scores, but Buffalo Sabres legend Curtis Lazar scores. Stammer as well. Period number 2. All right, 2-2. Dominic Kubalik on the power play. Third line minutes. Doesn't matter. Let's go here. Can we get one in the third? Taylor Hall. Okay, or Yanni Gord. Oh, but Dylan Cousins comes right back on the power play, but they get another power play right away. But then Sean Corrali on the power play? Why are you on the power play? Maybe it was a 5-on-3. Jake DeBrusk, there you go, making it 5-3. Matthew Joseph makes it 5-4. Okay, this game is a bit of a wild one here. Can we hold it down? UPL, please do the rest. There you go. Jake DeBrusk with the game-winning goal, and that is a hell of a way to start off year number 4. Oh, Vitaly Kravtsov. Pretty good at hockey. Maybe should probably be a second liner. All right, so I'm going to get actually a good chunk of simulation done. We're going to go up to the Winnipeg game for obvious reasons, but we're also going to get this Ottawa game done for obvious reasons. I want to check out Ottawa's lines. I want to see how they're playing Matthew Phillips as we lose 5-2, but then come back with a 7-4 win and then a 6-5 OT loss. All right, so 2 slow sim games before we end off this video. Taylor Hall, pretty good at ice hockey. Way better than you are, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and check out the Ottawa Senators. Let's see how they're doing. All right, so Ottawa is low-key stacked. Reinhart, Olofsson, Kachuk, White, Batherson, Dzingel, Matthew Savoy. They got him in the draft, 5th overall. Or sorry, is it Savoy? I don't know. But they do have Matthew Phillips here, and he signed to a $4.1 million deal. So we used that $4 million to bring in Claude Giroux. I think that was the right move. Tim Stützle on the 4th line. Don't know about that one. Here's how they're looking. Defensively, they got Shabbat and Ryan Pollock, so they're hurting with Branstrom gone, but I'll definitely take an Eric Branstrom. Thank you very much. Let's go here up against the Ottawa Sabres, we're going to start calling them. They got so many of our old players, and then we're going to see if we can get our revenge against the Winnipeg Jets. A very successful video, though. I'm excited with how the team looks. Period number 1. Come on, Branstrom, Maxime Comtois, and Jack Eichel. Period number 2. It's 3-1. Connor Sherry scores, but Jake DeBrusk scores a big goal on Philip Gustafsson. I don't know if we've started Jonathan Quick or not yet, but another start for UPL. Let's go here, 3-1. Can we hold it down? They're out shooting us like crazy, but UPL is shutting the door. Not happening today. Brady Kachuk, maybe the xTech jinx. Please don't be the xTech jinx. Come on, Eric Branstrom. Power play, Branstrom. I'll take a Claude Giroux goal. There you go, baby. Scores, making it 4-2, and that is a victory against Victor Olofsson, Sam Reinhart, and the Ottawa Sabres. All right, this is an important one here, up against the Winnipeg Jets. Oh boy, let's go. Let's get our revenge here, fellas. Period number 1. It's 2-1. Jack Eichel and Sean Corrali. Jack Eichel living rent-free in Connor Hellebuck's head. Sean Corrali with another one, though. Brian Little scores on UPL. 2 goals on 9 shots. Let's keep it going. It's 2-2. Cole Perfetti. They tie it up. Okay, going into the third here, all tied up at 2. I'd love a power play goal from Eric Branstrom. You'd know I'd love a Branstrom goal or a Jack Eichel goal because he eats Connor Hellebuck for lunch. Oh my god. Line gets 2. Give me a break, Line. Don't do this to me. Power play. Eichel hat trick, just like old times. Come on, no way. Damn Winnipeg. Oh, I'll never get over it. I'll never get over this. I need a Stanley Cup final rematch with the Winnipeg Jets. You hate to see a 4-3 loss. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Jack Eichel is playing otherworldly. What else is new? Do a quick little review here of how the boys are doing throughout the first 6 games. Kravtsov looking good on that second line, even though he's a -1. That whole second line, actually, they got some minuses going on. Don't love that. Giroux's got 5 points. It's still really early on, though. Not going to go crazy about anything yet. I'd love for our defense to start getting some points, but again, we're just like 5 games in. Just for fun, let's see how we're looking on the entire skaters. Wow. Svechnikov and McDavid, all right, doing big things there for Edmonton and Carolina. All right, so once again, here's the team. Let me know if we should make any moves. I'm happy with it. I'm really excited for Ivan Zykov. I hope he is going to turn our PK around. Claude Giroux is a nice addition. Where is he? Did Quick get a start yet? He hasn't played yet, so maybe we'll give him some... oh, wait, I still have auto goalie rotations off. That's my problem. Okay, I got to fix that before we get too far in here and UPL plays all 82. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.